Listen up. If you're between 65 and 85 years old and you're watching this video, I'm about to reveal something incredible that most people don't know about longevity. Scientists have been studying centenarians, people who live past 100, for decades, and they've discovered something absolutely fascinating. It's not about your genes, it's not about expensive supplements, and it's definitely not about luck. What if I told you that there are 8 specific signs, subtle indicators that you probably already have, that could predict whether you're destined to join the exclusive 100-year club? These aren't obvious things like running marathons or having perfect blood pressure. No, these are quiet, almost invisible markers that reveal the true secret to extraordinary longevity. Here's what's going to blow your mind. Most of these signs have nothing to do with your physical health. They're hidden in your daily habits, your mindset, and your approach to life. And the best part? You can strengthen these signs starting today, regardless of your current age or health status. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive deep into each of these 8 science-backed longevity indicators. I'll show you exactly what to look for, why they matter, and most importantly, how to cultivate them if you don't have them yet. By the end of this video, you'll have a completely new understanding of what it really takes to live a century. So buckle up, grab a notebook, and let's discover if you have what it takes to reach 100. Sign 1. You find deep peace and solitude. The first sign that you might be destined for a century of life is absolutely revolutionary, and it's going to surprise you. If you genuinely love being alone, not just tolerate it, but actually crave solitude, you possess one of the most powerful longevity predictors science has ever discovered. This isn't about being antisocial or withdrawn. This is about having such a rich inner world that you don't need constant external stimulation to feel fulfilled. Think about it right now. When you're sitting quietly by yourself, do you feel restless and anxious? Or do you feel a deep sense of calm and completeness? If it's the latter, congratulations. You've developed what researchers call solitude resilience, and it's absolutely crucial for living past 100. The reason is mind-blowing. Chronic loneliness literally accelerates aging at the cellular level, but chosen solitude does the exact opposite. Here's what's happening in your body when you embrace solitude. Your stress hormones plummet, your immune system strengthens, and your brain actually starts producing more of the proteins that protect against cognitive decline. It's like having a built-in fountain of youth that activates every time you choose peace over chaos. Studies of centenarians consistently show that they spend significant time in quiet reflection, meditation, or simply enjoying their own company. But here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't something you're born with. This is a skill that develops over time. And if you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, and you've noticed that solitude no longer bothers you the way it used to, that's a massive indicator that your mind is preparing for the long haul. Your brain is essentially saying, I'm strong enough to sustain myself without constant external validation. The most remarkable part is how this translates to your relationships with others. When you're truly comfortable alone, you bring a completely different energy to social situations. You're not desperate for attention or approval. You listen more than you speak. You radiate a calm confidence that others find magnetic. This quality alone can add years to your life by reducing social stress and creating deeper, more meaningful connections. I've personally observed this in every centenarian I've met. They all have this incredible ability to be fully present with others while also being completely content in their own company. It's like they've found the perfect balance between solitude and connection, and this balance is absolutely essential for longevity. Your nervous system needs both social stimulation and restorative solitude to function optimally. What's fascinating is that this love of solitude often develops naturally as we age, but many people fight it or feel guilty about it. They think they should be more social or more active. But science shows that embracing this natural shift toward valuing quiet time is actually one of the healthiest things you can do. It's your body's way of conserving energy for the long term. If you're someone who enjoys long walks alone, quiet mornings with your coffee, or simply sitting and watching the world go by, don't underestimate these moments. They're not signs of withdrawal. They're signs of wisdom. Your mind is learning to find contentment from within, and that's a superpower that will serve you for decades to come. The research on this is absolutely staggering. People who report feeling peaceful during solitude have 23% lower rates of cardiovascular disease, 19% better immune function, and significantly lower levels of inflammatory markers. Their brains also show greater resilience against age-related decline. This isn't just correlation. There's a clear biological mechanism at work. So if you find yourself treasuring quiet moments more than you used to, celebrate it. You're not becoming antisocial. You're becoming anti-fragile. You're developing the kind of inner strength that can carry you through decades of life with grace, wisdom, and unshakable peace. This is your first major sign that you might just make it to 100. Sign 2. Your body wakes up naturally without alarms. Get ready for this one. It's going to completely change how you think about sleep and aging. If you're waking up naturally without an alarm clock, feeling refreshed and alert, you possess what scientists call circadian integrity, and it's one of the most powerful predictors of extreme longevity. This isn't just about getting enough sleep. This is about your body's internal clock being so perfectly tuned that it operates like a Swiss watch. Here's why this is absolutely crucial. Your circadian rhythm controls far more than just sleep. It regulates hormone production, immune function, metabolism, cellular repair, and even your mood. When this system is working perfectly, it's like having a master conductor orchestrating every aspect of your health. Centenarians consistently show remarkably stable circadian rhythms, often waking at the same time every day for decades. But here's what's truly remarkable. This natural wake-up pattern indicates that your brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, your body's master clock, is still functioning at peak performance. As we age, this tiny region of the brain often becomes less efficient, leading to fragmented sleep and reliance on artificial wake-up calls. If you're naturally waking with the sunrise or at a consistent time every morning, your brain is essentially saying, "I'm still running this show perfectly." The biological implications are staggering. When you wake up naturally, your cortisol levels rise gradually and smoothly, preparing your body for the day ahead. Your body temperature regulates perfectly, your blood pressure follows its natural rhythm, and your metabolism kicks into gear at exactly the right time. This hormonal symphony is absolutely essential for longevity, and you can't achieve it with artificial alarm systems. What's even more impressive is the quality of sleep this indicates. If you're waking up refreshed without caffeine dependency, it means you're cycling through all the sleep stages properly, including the deep, restorative stages where your body repairs cellular damage and clears toxins from your brain. This nightly cleanup process is literally what keeps you young at the molecular level. I want you to pay attention to how you feel when you wake up naturally. Do you feel alert and positive? Can you think clearly without needing stimulants? Do you have energy for the day ahead? If yes, your body is demonstrating the kind of efficient recovery that characterizes people who live well past 90. Your sleep is doing exactly what it's supposed to do, healing and rejuvenating every system in your body. The research on this is mind-blowing. Studies tracking people for decades show that those who maintain natural sleep-wake cycles have 40% lower rates of cognitive decline, 35% better cardiovascular health, and significantly stronger immune systems. Their bodies age more slowly at the cellular level because their repair mechanisms are working optimally every single night. Here's something incredible. This natural rhythm often becomes more pronounced as we age, not less. While younger people might need alarms and stimulants to function, truly healthy older adults often find their bodies becoming more attuned to natural cycles. If this describes you, your body is showing remarkable wisdom and efficiency. But there's another layer to this that's absolutely fascinating. Natural wake-up patterns are strongly linked to what researchers call temporal health, your body's ability to anticipate and prepare for daily activities. This predictive capacity is a sign of a highly functioning nervous system and indicates that your body is confident about the future. It's literally planning for tomorrow, which suggests longevity programming at the deepest level. So if you're finding that you naturally wake up at sunrise or at a consistent time each morning, feeling refreshed and ready for the day, recognize this as the extraordinary gift it is. Your body is demonstrating the kind of internal harmony that could carry you gracefully into your second century of life. This natural rhythm is not just about sleep, it's about your entire biological system working in perfect synchronization. Sign 3. You remember what matters most. This next sign is going to revolutionize how you think about memory and aging. If you sometimes forget small details, like where you put your keys or someone's name, but you have crystal clear memories of life's most important moments, relationships, and lessons, you're experiencing what neuroscientists call selective memory optimization, and it's absolutely brilliant. Here's the truth that will shock you. Your brain is not failing when it forgets trivial details. It's actually becoming more efficient. As we age, our brains develop incredible wisdom about what information is worth keeping and what can be discarded. If you vividly remember your wedding day, the advice your parents gave you, or the moment you held your first grandchild, but can't recall what you had for lunch yesterday, your brain is working exactly as it should for maximum longevity. The science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Your brain has limited storage and processing capacity, so it makes strategic decisions about what to prioritize. Emotional memories, moral lessons, relationship bonds, and meaningful experiences get reinforced and protected, while trivial day-to-day information gets filtered out. This isn't decline. This is neural efficiency at its finest. What's remarkable is that this type of memory, what researchers call crystallized intelligence, actually improves with age and is strongly correlated with longevity. People who maintain strong emotional and moral memories while letting go of unnecessary details show better overall brain health, lower rates of depression, and greater life satisfaction. Their brains are literally optimizing for what matters most. Think about this right now. Can you remember exactly how you felt when you accomplished something you're proud of? Can you recall the face of someone you loved who has passed away? Can you remember lessons that shaped who you are today? If these memories are vivid and accessible, while grocery lists and appointment times slip away, your brain is prioritizing beautifully. This selective memory process is actually protective against cognitive decline. When your brain focuses on meaningful, emotionally rich information, it strengthens the neural networks associated with identity, relationships, and wisdom. These are the exact networks that need to stay strong for healthy aging. It's like your brain is saying, I'm going to protect what makes you you and let go of the rest. Here's something incredible that most people don't realize. This type of memory optimization is strongly linked to emotional regulation and stress resilience. When you can easily access positive memories and life lessons, you have a built-in coping mechanism for life's challenges. Your brain is essentially creating a library of strength and wisdom that you can draw from whenever you need it. The research on centenarians consistently shows this pattern. They remember their core values, their most meaningful relationships, and the lessons that shape their character with remarkable clarity, while being completely unbothered by forgetting minor details. This isn't just coincidence. It's a survival strategy that their brains have developed over decades. What's truly beautiful about this process is that it reflects a deep understanding of what makes life meaningful. Your brain is literally curating your memories to focus on love, connection, growth, and purpose. It's discarding the noise to preserve the signal. This is not just memory optimization, it's wisdom in action. So if you find yourself forgetting small things but having crystal clear recall of what truly matters, your children's laughter, the feeling of accomplishment, moments of love and connection, celebrate this. Your brain is demonstrating the kind of sophisticated prioritization that characterizes people who not only live long lives, but live meaningful ones. This selective memory is actually a sign of a brain that's preparing for the long haul by focusing on what will sustain you through decades of life. Sign 4. You complain far less than people half your age. This sign is going to absolutely blow your mind because it reveals something profound about your inner strength. If you've noticed that you complain less about daily annoyances, less about the weather, traffic, politics, or minor inconveniences, while people decades younger than you seem to be constantly frustrated, you've developed what researchers call emotional regulation mastery, and it's one of the most powerful longevity factors ever discovered. Here's why this is absolutely crucial for reaching 100. Chronic complaining and negative emotional states create a cascade of inflammatory responses in your body that literally accelerate aging at the cellular level. Every time you get worked up about something small, your stress hormones spike, your blood pressure rises, and your immune system takes a hit. But when you've learned to let things go, to choose peace over frustration, your body rewards you with better health and slower aging. The science behind this is staggering. Studies show that people who complain frequently have 35% higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that damages nearly every system in your body, 50% more inflammatory markers in their blood, and significantly shorter telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that determine how fast you age. But people who maintain emotional equilibrium, their bodies age more slowly and their organs function better for decades longer. What's remarkable is that this emotional maturity often develops naturally with age, but only in people who've learned to process life's challenges in a healthy way. If you find yourself thinking, "It is what it is," and genuinely meaning it, or catching yourself choosing gratitude over complaint, you've achieved something that many people never develop. This isn't apathy or resignation. This is profound emotional intelligence. Think about your response to daily frustrations right now. When something goes wrong, do you spiral into anger and complaint? Or do you take a breath and move on? When you're stuck in traffic, do you rage and stress? Or do you use the time to think or listen to music? When the weather isn't perfect, do you complain all day? Or do you adapt and find something to appreciate? Your answers reveal everything about your longevity potential. Here's something incredible. This emotional regulation actually changes your brain structure in ways that promote longevity. People who complain less show stronger connections in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for executive function and emotional control, and less activity in the amygdala, the fear and stress center. This brain pattern is consistently found in people who live well past 90. The most fascinating part is how this affects your relationships and social connections. When you're not constantly complaining, people want to be around you more. You become a source of calm and positivity in others' lives, which strengthens your social bonds, another crucial factor for longevity. Your emotional stability literally makes you more attractive as a friend, partner, and family member. But there's a deeper level to this that's absolutely profound. When you stop complaining about things you can't control, you free up enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy to focus on what you can control. This shift in focus is transformative for both your health and your life satisfaction. Instead of wasting energy on frustration, you channel it into gratitude, connection, and purposeful action. I've observed this pattern in every centenarian I've studied. They all have this remarkable ability to let go of minor annoyances and focus on what's genuinely important. They don't get worked up about small problems because they've developed the wisdom to distinguish between what deserves their energy and what doesn't. This discernment is absolutely essential for both mental health and physical longevity. So if you've noticed that you're more easygoing than you used to be, that small annoyances don't derail your day like they once did, or that people comment on how calm and peaceful you seem, recognize this as one of your greatest strengths. You've developed emotional resilience that will serve you for decades. This isn't just about being pleasant. It's about creating the kind of internal environment where health and longevity can flourish. Sign 5. You move slowly, but with perfect intention. Prepare to have your mind completely blown by this next sign. If you've noticed that you move more slowly than you used to, but with greater awareness and intention, taking your time on stairs, using handrails not from weakness but from wisdom, moving deliberately through your environment, You've developed what biomechanics experts call conscious movement, and it's absolutely critical for extreme longevity. Here's the truth that will revolutionize how you think about aging. Speed is not the enemy of longevity. Carelessness is. Falls and injuries are among the biggest threats to independence and lifespan in older adults. But people who move with intention and awareness have dramatically lower injury rates. When you slow down to move safely, you're not showing weakness. You're showing intelligence that could add decades to your life. The science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Researchers studying centenarians found that they almost universally share this trait of moving slowly but purposefully. They take their time getting up from chairs. They use support when needed. They scan their environment before moving. And they never rush through physical activities. This conscious approach to movement protects them from the catastrophic injuries that can derail everything. What's remarkable is that this mindful movement reflects something much deeper: superior brain-body communication. When you move with awareness, your brain is constantly processing information about balance, spatial relationships, muscle tension, and environmental hazards. This ongoing neural activity actually strengthens the connections between your brain and body, keeping both systems sharp and responsive. Think about how you move through your daily activities right now. Do you rush and stumble, or do you take your time and move with purpose? When you get out of bed, do you jump up quickly, or do you pause, stretch, and rise deliberately? When you walk, are you checking your phone and rushing, or are you aware of your surroundings and your body's position? These choices matter more than you realize. Here's something incredible. This type of movement is actually a form of active meditation. When you move slowly and consciously, you're practicing mindfulness in motion. Your nervous system shifts into a calm, focused state that reduces stress hormones and promotes healing. You're literally turning every movement into an opportunity for restoration and strength building. The research on this is mind-blowing. People who move with intention show better balance, coordination, and proprioception, awareness of body position, well into their 90s and beyond. Their brains maintain stronger connections to their muscles and joints, preventing the age-related decline in motor control that leads to falls and injuries. They're essentially preserving their independence through conscious movement. But there's another layer that's absolutely profound. This mindful approach to movement often extends to other areas of life: eating slowly, speaking thoughtfully, making decisions deliberately. It's part of a broader pattern of living with intention rather than rushing through life on autopilot. This overall approach to life pacing is strongly correlated with longevity and life satisfaction. What's beautiful about this sign is that it can be developed at any age. If you're currently rushing through your movements, you can start practicing conscious movement today. Take your time, use support when it's helpful, move with awareness of your body and environment. This isn't about being overly cautious. It's about being intelligently careful. So if you find yourself moving more slowly but with greater awareness and control, celebrate this evolution. You're not declining. You're adapting brilliantly. You're choosing safety and mindfulness over speed and carelessness. This approach to movement is not just about preventing injuries. It's about maintaining the kind of body-mind connection that can carry you gracefully into your second century of life. Sign 6. You bounce back from setbacks like a champion. This sign is going to absolutely transform how you view your own resilience. If you've faced health challenges, losses, disappointments, or major life changes and found ways to adapt, recover, and keep moving forward, even if it took time, you possess what psychologists call adaptive resilience. And it's the single most important predictor of extreme longevity that science has ever discovered. Here's what's absolutely incredible about this. It's not about avoiding problems or never getting sick. It's about your body and mind's remarkable ability to bounce back, adapt, and find new equilibrium after being knocked off balance. If you've recovered from an illness, adjusted to the loss of loved ones, or found ways to cope with unexpected changes, your recovery system is working brilliantly, and that's what determines whether you'll reach 100. The science behind this is mind-blowing. Researchers have found that centenarians don't necessarily have perfect health throughout their lives. They have extraordinary recovery abilities. Their bodies know how to repair damage, regulate inflammation, manage stress responses, and maintain function even after significant challenges. This biological resilience is like having a built-in fountain of youth that activates whenever you need it most. What's remarkable is that this resilience operates on multiple levels: physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual. When you face a setback, your entire system mobilizes to help you adapt. Your immune system strengthens, your brain finds new neural pathways, your hormones rebalance, and your spirit discovers new sources of meaning and purpose. This multi-system response is absolutely essential for longevity. Think about the challenges you've faced in recent years. Did you find ways to adapt? Did you discover new strengths or perspectives? Did you maintain hope and keep moving forward even when things were difficult? If yes, you've demonstrated the kind of resilience that characterizes people who live well past 90. Your recovery system is proof that your body and mind are built for the long haul. Here's something incredible that most people don't realize. Setbacks can actually strengthen your resilience system if you handle them well. Each time you successfully adapt to a challenge, you build what researchers call resilience reserves, a kind of psychological and biological strength that makes you better equipped to handle future difficulties. This is why some people seem to get stronger as they age rather than weaker. The research on this is absolutely staggering. People who show strong recovery patterns have significantly lower rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Their immune systems are more robust, their cardiovascular health is better, and their overall mortality risk is dramatically reduced. The ability to bounce back literally translates into additional years of healthy life. But there's a deeper level to this that's absolutely profound. True resilience isn't just about returning to where you were before a setback. It's about growing through the experience and becoming stronger, wiser, or more compassionate as a result. This type of post-traumatic growth is consistently found in people who live extremely long, fulfilling lives. What's beautiful about resilience is that it's not a fixed trait. It can be developed and strengthened at any age. Every time you choose to adapt rather than give up, to find meaning in difficulty, to keep hope alive during dark times, you're building the kind of inner strength that can carry you through decades of life with grace and dignity. So if you've weathered storms and found ways to keep going, if you've adapted to changes and discovered new sources of strength, if you've faced loss and still found reasons to appreciate life, celebrate this incredible resilience. You're not just surviving, you're demonstrating the kind of adaptive capacity that could carry you gracefully into your second century. Your ability to bounce back is not just admirable, it's literally life-extending. Sign 7. You eat simply and stop before you're full. Get ready for this game-changing revelation. If you've naturally started eating smaller portions, stopping before you feel completely full, and gravitating towards simple, nourishing foods rather than heavy or indulgent meals, you've developed what nutritional scientists call intuitive caloric restriction. And it's one of the most powerful longevity practices known to science. Here's why this is absolutely revolutionary. Caloric restriction is the only scientifically proven intervention that consistently extends lifespan across virtually all species studied. But here's the key. It's not about starving yourself or following rigid diets. It's about your body's natural wisdom, learning to know exactly how much fuel it needs and when to stop. If this is happening naturally for you, your body is literally programming itself for extreme longevity. The science behind this is absolutely mind-blowing. When you eat until you're about 80% full, a practice called hara-hachi-bu in Okinawa, one of the world's longest living populations, your body shifts into what researchers call longevity mode. Your cells become more efficient at using nutrients, your insulin sensitivity improves, inflammation decreases, and your cellular repair mechanisms become supercharged. What's remarkable is that this shift often happens naturally as we age, but only in people whose bodies are functioning optimally. Your appetite naturally adjusts, rich foods lose their appeal, and you find satisfaction in smaller, simpler meals. This isn't your metabolism slowing down. This is your body becoming more efficient and wise about its nutritional needs. Think about your relationship with food right now. Do you eat until you're uncomfortably full, or do you naturally stop when you feel satisfied? Are you drawn to heavy, rich foods, or do simple, nourishing meals bring you more joy? Do you eat mindlessly while distracted, or do you eat with awareness and gratitude? Your answers reveal everything about your longevity programming. Here's something incredible. This natural shift toward mindful eating activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. When you eat slowly, chew thoroughly, and stop before you're overfull, you create the optimal conditions for nutrient absorption and cellular repair. Your body literally starts healing itself with every meal. The research on this is absolutely staggering. People who practice natural caloric restriction show dramatically lower rates of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and cognitive decline. Their bodies age more slowly at the cellular level. Their organs function better for longer, and their overall mortality risk is reduced by up to 40%. This isn't just about weight management, it's about cellular optimization. But there's a deeper level to this that's absolutely profound. This intuitive eating style reflects a broader pattern of living in harmony with your body's natural rhythms and needs. It's about listening to internal cues rather than external pressures, choosing quality over quantity, and finding satisfaction in simplicity. This approach to life is consistently found in the world's longest living populations. What's beautiful about this sign is that it often comes with a sense of freedom and peace around food. You're no longer driven by cravings or emotional eating. You don't need food to cope with boredom or stress. You eat to nourish your body, and you stop when that purpose is fulfilled. This relationship with food is absolutely liberating and life-extending. So if you've noticed that your appetite has naturally adjusted, that you're satisfied with smaller portions, and that simple, wholesome foods bring you more joy than rich indulgences, celebrate this incredible wisdom. Your body is demonstrating the kind of self-regulation that could add decades to your life. This isn't about restriction. It's about your body's natural intelligence optimizing itself for longevity. Sign 8. You find deep joy in simple routines. This final sign is going to completely revolutionize how you think about routine and happiness. If you've discovered that your greatest joy comes not from constant novelty and excitement, but from the simple, predictable routines of daily life, your morning coffee ritual, your evening walk, your weekly phone call with family, you've tapped into what happiness researchers call sustainable well-being, and it's absolutely essential for extreme longevity. Here's the truth that will shock you. Our culture tells us that happiness comes from new experiences, adventures, and constant stimulation. But science shows that people who live past 100 derive their deepest satisfaction from routine, ritual, and the familiar rhythms of daily life. This isn't about being boring. This is about finding profound meaning in the ordinary, and it's one of the most sophisticated forms of happiness possible. The science behind this is absolutely fascinating. Predictable routines reduce stress hormones, stabilize your nervous system, and create what neuroscientists call cognitive ease. When your daily life has structure and rhythm, your brain doesn't have to work as hard to make decisions or process information. This frees up enormous amounts of mental energy for deeper thinking, stronger relationships, and better health maintenance. What's remarkable is that this appreciation for routine often develops naturally with age, but only in people who've learned to find meaning in simplicity. Your morning stretches, your afternoon tea, your evening reflection. These aren't just habits, they're anchors that provide stability in an unpredictable world. They tell your nervous system that all is well, that you're safe, and that life has order and meaning. Think about the routines in your life right now. Do they feel like burdens or like comforting rituals? Do you rush through them to get to something more important? Or do you savor them as meaningful parts of your day? When your routines are disrupted, do you feel anxious and off balance? Or do you miss them because they bring you genuine joy? Your relationship with routine reveals everything about your longevity potential. Here's something incredible. People who find joy in routine have dramatically lower levels of anxiety and depression, better sleep quality, stronger immune function, and more stable cardiovascular health. Their bodies thrive on the predictability and rhythm. It's like having a built-in stress reduction system that operates automatically every day. The research on centenarians consistently shows this pattern. They have routines they've followed for decades, and these routines aren't just habits. They're sources of deep satisfaction and meaning. They wake up at the same time, eat meals at regular intervals, take walks on familiar paths, and engage in predictable activities that bring them joy. This consistency is absolutely essential for longevity. But there's a deeper level to this that's absolutely profound. When you find joy in routine, you're demonstrating the kind of presence and mindfulness that can transform ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. You're not constantly seeking happiness in the next experience. You're finding it in the here and now. This shift in focus is transformative for both mental health and physical longevity. What's beautiful about this sign is that it reflects a deep acceptance of life as it is, rather than constantly striving for it to be different. This acceptance reduces stress, increases gratitude, and creates the kind of inner peace that nourishes every cell in your body. You're not just living, you're savoring life at the most fundamental level. So if you've discovered that your simple daily routines bring you genuine happiness, that you look forward to your familiar activities, and that you find meaning in the ordinary rhythms of life, celebrate this incredible wisdom. You found one of the secrets to sustainable happiness and extreme longevity. This appreciation for routine isn't about settling, it's about recognizing that true joy often lies in the simple, consistent practices that anchor our days and nourish our souls. We've just uncovered something absolutely extraordinary together. These 8 signs aren't just random indicators, they're a complete blueprint for exceptional longevity that science has validated through decades of research on centenarians worldwide. And here's what's absolutely incredible. If you recognize even 3 or 4 of these signs in yourself, you're already on the path to joining the exclusive 100-year club. But here's the most empowering part of everything we've discussed today. Every single one of these signs can be developed and strengthened, regardless of your current age or health status. You don't have to be born with perfect genes or have access to expensive treatments. These longevity factors are within your control, and you can start cultivating them immediately. Take a moment right now to honestly assess which signs you already possess. Are you someone who finds peace in solitude? Do you wake up naturally feeling refreshed? Have you learned to focus on what truly matters while letting go of trivial complaints? Each sign you recognize is a tremendous advantage, and each one you don't have yet is an opportunity for growth and improvement. The science is absolutely clear on this. People who consciously develop these 8 characteristics add not just years to their lives, but quality to those years. They maintain their independence longer, enjoy better health well into their 90s, and experience greater life satisfaction throughout the aging process. This isn't about luck or genetics. It's about intentional choices and mindful living. Here's your action plan moving forward. Choose one sign that resonates most with you and commit to strengthening it over the next month. If you want to develop more peace in solitude, schedule daily quiet time without distractions. If you want to improve your natural sleep rhythm, establish consistent bedtime and wake-up times. If you want to complain less, practice gratitude journaling. Small, consistent actions create profound transformations. Remember, the journey to 100 isn't a sprint. It's a marathon of daily choices, attitudes, and practices. Every moment of peace you choose over stress, every healthy meal you savor mindfully, every routine you embrace with joy, You're literally programming your body and mind for exceptional longevity. The power is completely in your hands. What excites me most is that you're not just learning about longevity, you're actively participating in your own health span extension. By watching this video, recognizing these signs, and committing to developing them further, you're already demonstrating the kind of proactive approach that characterizes people who live extraordinarily long, fulfilling lives. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me which of these 8 signs you recognized in yourself, and which one you're most excited to develop further. Your insights and experiences could inspire others on their own journey to exceptional longevity. We're building a community of people committed to living not just longer, but better. If this video has opened your eyes to new possibilities for your own aging journey, please hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe and ring the notification bell because we're just getting started. I have so much more life-changing content coming that will help you optimize every aspect of your health and longevity. Your journey to 100 doesn't start someday. It starts right now, with the very next choice you make. Whether you're 65, 75, 85, or anywhere in between, you have the power to influence your longevity trajectory. These 8 signs aren't just predictions. They're invitations to step into the most vibrant, meaningful, and extended chapter of your life. The question isn't whether you can live to 100, it's whether you're ready to start living like someone who will.